Hi, good morning. This is a reflection on lesson 323 in A Course in Miracles, and it says, I gladly make the sacrifice of fear. I gladly make the sacrifice of fear. I think the word sacrifice was in quotes, for what it's worth. It talks about moving from fear, away from fear, and letting love come in. And I think sometimes that's a really big leap for us humans. It was in myself, and I see it in my clients all the time. And I feel like what I'm learning in working with myself and other people is that self-love is really hard. It can be really, really, really hard. It can be inconceivable. It can be confusing. Like, what's it even mean? I don't think in those terms. I've never done that before. I had a client tell me she's never, like, what is that word? What is it? Like, it was so confusing to have never even really thought of it even as conceptually, and let alone feel into it. And I was like, okay, so that's our starting point. Well, there's that. So put a pin in that. Self-love. Or even just feeling love more readily, without even calling it self-love. But okay. Then there's this idea that we go around saying, well, I'm not scared of anything. We don't really, a lot of times, sorry, like this hair, it's like cat hair probably. Man, I am ridiculous in the morning. Squish face, wiping out my eye crusties, pulling hairs out of my nose, drinking coffee. It's gross up in here. Look. So then, well, how do we let fear leave the system when a lot of us are like, I'm not scared of anything. Yet we're not yet quite ready to grapple with this self-love thing. And it's like, how do we move from, if you think of fear to love as a spectrum, and love to fear, love, and we move from fear to love, but we're not quite sure what this love thing is, where it is on the map, the spectrum, how to access it, how to even turn toward it. And then the other end, there's fear, but we're like, I'm not scared of anything, so we're not even feeling into this. So then we're like, I'm not even on this spectrum. So it's like, it's just all confusion, right? There's like, where do I start? Where am I ending up? How do I get from there to there? It's just like so nebulous. Is that the right word? I don't know. So, and it's not even like sometimes we're not like, oh, I'm not scared of anything. It's just like we don't put the feelings we're having in terms of fear. It could be like severe tension, like I'm just holding so like a death grip in my body, or I have this pain that like, or I have this, like, I call it anxiety, like I have clients that call it anxiety, severe anxiety, or whatever you call it. A lot of people aren't walking in my door saying, I have this big fear. How do I let it go? It's usually like, I have like this pain, and then my thoughts about it seem to make it worse. So I know there's a connection, but now what? So it can show up in a lot of ways, and the way we interpret it is like, whatever. So many different manifestations of that, how it looks to different people. So then it's like, okay, if we're going from fear to love, because a lot of those manifestations underneath it all, there is a fear. But where's the starting point to even address that within myself and with other people and within myself? What seems to work is like, okay, I may not know where we're going. I may not even be able to really unpack what's here in terms of a fear, where do I start? To me, what I swear, I want to say always, what always works, but I'll say what works a lot of the time is addressing it, starting with it in terms of acceptance. I feel like acceptance is this magical potion. It's a magical, like, a little key. It's like the master key that unlocks any lock, you know, right? Is that a thing, right? Where you have a master key? I don't even know how that will work. That is mind blowing to me. I want to learn more about locksmithing. It is so cool, fascinating how you can have a master key for all these different locks. So like you have your own lock, I have my own lock, they have their own lock. And yet there's this master key called acceptance that just can unlock it and create a crack in the door. And then it's up to the person to kind of maybe push it open a little more, see what's out there beyond what they're feeling here. And then you start to see, oh, there's that love thing way out there. Or, oh, it's right here. You know, everybody's different, right? Where they are on the spectrum. Once we can unlock in from that nebulous fear, whatever you're feeling in the moment where fear is right under there. And then, acceptance. So what's that mean to me is like, and I keep saying this, I know, broken record, but can I allow, I feel like acceptance has this allow vibe, because I don't have to be a full-blown, oh yeah, I totally accept it, let's cozy up, let's get with it. No, it's just, can I allow it to be here even just a little bit? Or like one teacher of mine said, can I just allow one molecule of that? Can I tolerate, allow, be with one little nugget? Doesn't even have to be the whole thing. Can I allow one molecule of that to be here right now, even for just a moment? And then I've never had somebody say no, but again, I don't want to use always never. Usually people can be with some amount of something that feels really hard in the moment, or even just for a moment. And that creates more of an opening in that door, and then more. So you get the point, right? Acceptance seems to be that master key to create a little opening. I love that analogy, man. Two analogies 2 days in a row. Remember when I said I want to get good at metaphors and analogies, because they really, picture's worth 1,000 words, mental image is worth 1,000 words. And I said I want to get good at it, and I feel like I'm starting to. At least for me, maybe it doesn't resonate with you. And that goes back to, this isn't even related to the lesson, because let's just say that's what I got out of this lesson, was that whole like going from fear to love. Well, it's not always a straightforward path. It may not even be a path at all for some people until you drop in the acceptance. But this whole speaking something to the universe, it's magical. I feel like that's a master lock, or that's a master key too. Like finding out what you really want and then speaking it into existence. It's like real. I feel like every time I do it, every time I like voice what I want, but it takes like even contemplating what I want. It's like, it's so common sense, isn't it? But that's my journey of like not even being able to imagine what I want for myself in my own life. Like being able to dream up and be like, yeah, that's what I'm really excited about. That's what I want. And then speak it. And then weird things start to happen. And then it starts to come into your existence. Like, it's so funny how that works. So anyway, have a great day.